What's going on, people? Welcome to United View. Welcome to your Transfer View show. Obviously, 6 minutes late, and it can only be down to one person out of the three of us. So we don't need to really spend too much longer on discussing who that person was and why we're late. It actually shows that we're back to normal. If we just came back and everything ran at the right time, especially with KG as part of this, then you would be like, it's not back to normal. Maybe there's still half of them still in Oz, half of them still in Thailand or something. But it's back to normal settings. Do you know what I mean? He shakes his head, but he knows that it's him. So it's all good. Everyone smash a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. We're a few away from 115,000 subscribers as well. So if you haven't, hit that subscribe button, please, and get us to 115 while we're live. We got a lot to talk about. Big up Owen, big up KG coming through. He's looking a bit mischievous. What have we got today? We've got Jong transfer deadlock. We've got Antony, £100 million price tag, or euros price tag, should I say. We're going to talk about that. Ronaldo and Ten Hag talks. It was Avengers Assemble, pretty much. Yeah, yesterday at Carrington. It was a madness.
It got silly what it did, because there were people trolling. Someone got a Simon Stone tweet from 2016 going, Louis van Gaal's at the training ground. It got me. I went, what's he doing there?
It was mad. Everyone was just rocking up at Carrington. Then there's the reports that, nah, we planned this from ages ago. All right, cool, fair enough. All of that was going on. And then it just went on from there. So we'll talk about that. Ronaldo, Griezmann swap and positive United atmosphere. So straight in at the top, Owen, the De Jong thing, man. I mean, it's been a while since me and KG have been back live talking about De Jong and what's going on there. What's the latest updates? Let's get into this now.
Well, as is the case with Frankie De Jong, there is a continued saga. And I know whenever Frankie De Jong's in the title or the thumbnail, especially now, it's met with anger, a bit of eye rolling, a bit of, oh, here we go again. And not that kind of here we go. He loves the club. There is new details when it comes to Frankie De Jong, because it's been written by Marcel van der Kraan from the Telegraph in Holland. Of course, that would make sense, being Frankie De Jong's a Dutch international, saying Frankie De Jong will not leave Barcelona until he receives millions in back pay. It continues saying that since De Jong is still owed a lot of salary, some 19 million euros, he refuses to leave or even talk about a transfer. Barcelona want to use pressure to force him to cooperate voluntarily. By the way, those two words do not go together. Force and cooperate voluntarily do not go together. De Jong's agent, Ali Dursun, who of course is the same agent for Trauma last year as well, has honestly told that a new club is ready for his player. He has already said that Juan Laporta with his club must fulfill all obligations in terms of the salary owed first. And again, it's kind of, I guess it's more of what we know. We know that kind of narrative. We know that story of he doesn't want to go, he doesn't want to leave. But the crux of it still are, he's not even thinking about leaving. He's not even thinking about transfers until he gets what is owed to him at a time where other players are being brought in for big money, for big wages, and eventually the registration time is going to come and he's going to want his money paid in full. KG, what are your thoughts? You haven't spoken about De Jong for a hot second.
I haven't. You know what? You lot said something yesterday, and it made me smile, because De Jong's playing the long petty game, and he's going to be the winner. There's like you can say what you want, but it's going to come to the end of the window, and you got to register these players, mate. And unfortunately, what Semra Hunter was saying when she spoke to Flex is it goes through the system, it goes through the computer. And there's no way to there's no cool way to do something around the back end or stuff. It literally you have to put it through. And Young's already there. So all these new players that they have to register, it becomes a bit of a problem. And I love it, because end of the day, you give me my money or these players won't be registered. And I will be here next season and you'll have a Lewandowski, you'll have all these amazing players not playing for you. Look at the El Clasico. So he knows that at some point they have to bite the bullet. So yeah, they've been playing the game saying, he'll play as centre back, this, that, and the other. We'll just wait it out. And I think probably, let's say 5 days to the close of the window, that's when they're gonna realize, well, he's not budging. He followed them on the plane. They didn't think that was gonna happen. He's done literally, he keeps telling he loves the club. And even that line now, you start to understand it's loves the club, but he's here to take the piss out of the club, innit?
Can you do that in a Dutch accent? Can you do he loves the club in a Dutch accent?
Nah, but my Spanish accent Wait, my Italian accent sounds whatever country you want it to sound from. He loves the club. He loves. So that could be Dutch. That could be like it is what it is. But yeah, it's going to be hard for us because we literally have a player that he just won't come in on time. And Man United, I think we can be. I'm more chilled knowing that Eriksen's here though, so I can wait and Eriksen can play that position until he arrives.
I like what KG said at the end bit there. Like yesterday when Eriksen arrived, and I know it's a little bit off topic, but it's linked to what we're talking about now. Yeah, it just made me smile because I think a lot of people are sleeping on I think what Eriksen can actually bring to us. I think they are, because we're so consumed in what's going on with Antony and Jong and Ronaldo. Like Jong is Eriksen is a baller, excuse me, and he can literally play multiple positions. I really do. I know some people saying like obviously he's only an attacking midfielder, he can't play in a two-man pivot or whatever. But again, with this manager and that sort of player that Eriksen is, if you were saying he has to do a De Jong-esque job until January or something like that, I'm much more confident with having Eriksen in and around that midfield.
Oh, yes.
Because I honestly think the level, like he's already, okay, you could talk about Bruno, but apart from that, he's already our best midfielder. Already. Like just off of straight talent, think about who our midfielders are. McTominay, Fred, Donny. Okay, you can argue Donny, there's still more to come from, but we know what Eriksen could do in the Premier. He was just doing it, even at Brentford. Like after everything he's been through, like he's come back and look what he did at Brentford. He was balling out. You can see that he still has it. He's arguably our second best midfielder, or if you depending on playing style. Yeah, but look, someone might say they'll prefer the way he plays to Bruno. Obviously, I know you're a big Bruno fan, so you're not going to hear that.
Yes, I am.
You and Bruno are besties now. He's giving you a bit of chicken.
Hey, listen.
So now
I forgot about this. Is this going to be the thing for the whole season?
That's what I'm saying.
He's
up Bruno's Arsenal.
KJ's just going to whip out a piece of chicken. Just go, I refuse to slander him. Why? He gave me this. You wouldn't understand.
Listen,
it's the bond.
I'm going to be intolerable with Bruno. I'm telling you right now, Defenders League. I'm on it. So,
but you know what? That's fine. As long as the community holds you to that and pull you up every time when they say, KG, you're just saying that because of the chicken.
Like, do you see how I was defending Bruno before? Now, remember, I almost I did compare it to Cantona.
Bro, we saw you talking to Dallo in a whole different terminology, bro. You congratulated him on sending your son to an orphanage. That's what you did.
I had to.
That's what you did.
Because I felt like it was a great bookend to just finish it. You know, me and Cam have been arguing about Jalil versus Wan-Bissaka for time. And then after, just going to training and seeing what Wan-Bissaka can't do, I was like, Jesus.
Sorry, we are way off topic here. Yeah,
you did it though.
Sorry, we are way off topic. We're only going to do this for 2 seconds. Sorry, Owen. Yeah, KG being up close and personal in training was one of the most amazing things I've ever seen. Yeah, because the way he was dissecting certain things there, and the way he was like interpreting the real life information of what the players were doing, and is right. There was like this realization when he was watching certain players, and he was like, "Bro, it's actually not it." Or like, "Bro, Delo's actually really good. Like, he can actually like all the things people have been trying to put into his brain that he just wouldn't compute." It was like they all just hit him live in person with the players right. Oh, it was so funny. It was so funny.
And Bailly plays exactly the way he plays in real life in training. Scatty.
Yeah. Well, I loved with the Dallo thing as well. When you said to him, "Look, there's been a guy. Cam's been saying these things," and the blank look he gave you when you said Cam, you went,
ah.
Yeah, it was funny. But sorry. Let me go back to the Jong thing. So yeah, straight back to that. Eriksen, basically, if you think about the midfield we've been playing on tour, right? We know that Erik Ten Hag is capable of playing like a flat 3-man midfield if he wants to. We saw quite a lot of times Fred was like a lone 6 and there was 2 8s ahead of him. So, you know, in the Premier League, who's to say that he won't do that again with Fred at the base? It's not exactly what we want going forward for the longevity, but in a makeshift, it's Fred, it's Eriksen, and it's Bruno. You know, who's to say he won't do that? So I just think De Jong is entitled to do this. Like, the more this has gone on, the more complex it's gone. They are treating him like an idiot. They are taking the soul piss out of him. And you know what? If I was him, I wouldn't go anywhere right now. And I think I think it was Van der Kran, Owen was saying Man United are not so stupid to put an 80 million euro bid in,
Yeah.
thinking that he won't come.
My
We are
counterpoint to that would be, though,
go for it.
Flex, you
Yeah.
said if you were him, or if you were yourself, but you were a Manchester United player, you're at your dream club, and United are doing this to you, would you dig your heels in a little bit and go like, but it's Man United, it's the
Nah,
club that I
not
love?
not
Would that
nah,
change it
because
for you?
nah. Only the treatment, Owen, has been. Let's just break down the treatment here. Yeah,
Oh, I'm with you. Yeah,
let's go right to the start.
I'm just trying to stir shit.
Do you? Yeah, 100%. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it though. Let's talk about it right at the start. Yeah, after we finished that Ajax game. Oh, they're in for you, Frankie. Oh, I haven't heard anything yet. I'm at my dream club. Cool. Then they start negotiating behind your back. Then they start doing economical levers, all of this shit. Then they start saying, yeah, certain men have to start taking pay cuts. He's like, pay cut? I've just done that 3 years in a row. What do you mean another one?
Yeah.
Then
And
they
they
agree
come
a
out and
fee.
say, and the guy comes out and goes, "Oh, we're not selling you." No,
Exactly. All of
no.
that.
Next
Then they
day,
come back to you,
negotiate.
say, right, you're gonna have to do another pay cut. Then they say, right, we kind of like you at centre back, kind of think you can play there. Centre back? What? What do you mean centre back? What, 17 million? Yeah, if you could we kind of need you to go now. Just don't. We'll talk about that another time. 17 M's. Like, you don't get to do that. You don't. And you've agreed a fee. The whole thing is set with Man United in the back. Like, we've agreed everything. So they're taking the piss out of him. You can't expect him to just walk away from that.
No, I agree. If I was in the same situation, give me my money. And that's basically what he's saying. It comes down to, I'm not even entertaining leaving. I'm not entertaining anything until you can give me that money. If you give me the money, I still might stay. I still might decide to take that 50% pay cut you want me to take. That might happen. But the crux of everything give me my money first, and then we can follow on in a different direction. That's basically what he's saying. And it's one thing to be like, give me my money, and then Barca go, look, we don't have it. We're really strapped for cash. But then when you're spending 72 million euros on Rafinha, when you're spending, was it 40 something for Lewandowski, when you're getting Christensen, Kessie, free transfers, and when you get free transfers, signing on bonus, massive wages every single time, when all of that's happening, and they're linked to more players, they're still linked to more players, by the way. Dembele, all that's happening, and then he goes, wait a minute, I'm pretty sure that adds up to more than 17 million, way more, and you're telling me you can't give me that money? And I took a pay cut the last 2 years. And again, that's stuff that I've already done. That's services rendered. I've already competed for those last 2 seasons. You owe me that. That's what people, I think, don't really understand with this situation is whenever you do a transfer fee, you're buying someone out of their contract. And United, I don't know how many years he's got left on his deal. I think it's like 2 or 3. United are buying him out of his contract at Barcelona. But for those 2 years that he's deferred the wages for, that's not for United to pay. That's Barcelona's wages. They still owe him. And it baffles me how Barcelona as a club can kind of just go, well, it's not going to give it to you. But it's like, I've already done it. Like, in any other job, I've done the work, and you're just going, well, I'm not going to pay it. It would, in any other walk of life, that would go to court, because you would go, I did the job, and now they're refusing to pay me. And I don't know if that's where they're going to go. I don't know if it's De Jong eventually just going to back down. I don't know. But it's just, as a United fan, I said this before, I don't want to be involved with Barcelona anymore. After this window's done, I don't want to go for another Barcelona player. I don't want to ever get involved with this club again, because you get involved in this just massive spider web of lies, deceit, money, shifting money over here, moving money over here. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, how are they operating? And also you couple all of what you just said, which I agree with every single bit you said. Then on top of that, you put the bit of, we're trying to back our manager and he really wants this guy. Because also I still think if Ten Hag wasn't our manager and we just tried to go for De Jong and this was what it was, Man United probably would have just moved on. Do you know what I mean? They would have just,
long time ago.
do you know what I mean? They would have gone, oh, we'll go and get someone else. But because we're forgetting a bit that we're like, we need to give this manager exactly what he wants. I think Ten Hag is quite comfortable, obviously not out of choice, but he's quite comfortable saying, look, there's still 5 weeks left. So let's wait another month at least. Let's see. Let's just keep waiting. I've got Christian Eriksen. I've even got Lisandro Martinez as well, who can play defensive midfield, they say. You know what I mean? But we've seen it at Ajax. So let's see. That's what I think.
Oh man, the super chat. Red Baron's in here. He says, Barca selling players' livers now. It's gone too far. That's what you said, Flex. Keegan says, Did you see Frankie's reaction after hearing he had to play centre back? Man wasn't having it. I didn't see his face actually. JP119 says, God, I can't even imagine how bad KG would have been if Wamby gave him some chicken. Nah, it's not the same. Even it got bad, like it got
You would
really
have fumbled
bad
it, bro. You would have just dropped it like his
Nah,
touch
it got
ball. You
bad
would
for
have
my
just dropped it
son.
on the
That
floor.
I stopped saying hi to him in it. You know, at the end, I was like, oh man, I know you're going in it. Like, so I just
You stopped saying hi to him.
yeah.
How rude.
See what I'm saying? That's what I mean.
How rude.
KG's just
That is a disgrace.
That's
You're just
disgusting.
as bad as
Nah.
Barcelona. You're just as bad. Well, he's on the way out, so I'm not going to talk to him. All right, Mourinho.
No, because
Unbelievable.
no, there's some people that I'm like, if I'm
I
gonna slack
stopped
you off,
talking to him.
if I'm slacking you off,
What
yeah,
are
if
you
I
in
don't,
secondary school.
if I'm slacking
Quick,
you
here
off,
comes Wan-Bissaka. Hide.
petty.
no, if I'm slacking
petty.
you off, yeah, I'm not gonna say like I won't say hi because I feel like it's just a bit disrespectful with it. If I'm like, oh no, you're rubbish. Like saying hello is just a piss take, innit? So it's like anytime I saw Maguire, I just be like, Bruno.
So all of the players are walking past. You're shouting, hey, you're right, mate. Wan-Bissaka walks past crickets.
Yeah, basically. and really, the Maguire situation was like, and we're going to move on to the next topic in 2 seconds.
Hold on, I need to finish the super chats. Let me finish the super chat. Let me quickly read them.
Oh, go on then.
DJ
Read them in
Talk
order.
says-
Oh, you can't see it in order. Go on. Yeah, go on.
Oh
read it.
no, I'm just getting backwards. DJ
Yeah,
Talk
go on.
says, Owen, I saw your face when Flex said Donny. Don't. Yeah, that was mad. I saw that facial expression that he made when you spoke about Donny.
It's just,
Donny to
because
Eriksen.
Flex said Donny's still got a point to prove, or still no more to come. I think was the phrase he said. And does he? And I'm on that shelf at this point when it comes to Donny. Those preseason games.
Owen don't like Donny. Don't like
It's
it.
not that I don't like Donny. The situation is,
Owen, how do you feel about Donny? What's going on?
The situation
I feel like you got something
is
to say.
that I was hoping to see some stuff from him in preseason. Granted, against Palace, where he came on at halftime, he played very well. He did play well. And he got
15 minutes,
for 15 minutes. But then he started the next game against Villa. You know,
he was part of a good performance. It was all together. Oh, that's harsh, Owen. That's harsh, Owen. That was total dominance against Villa. Owen, that was total dominance against Villa in the first half. The whole midfield just did their thing.
I'm not going to write him off because of a preseason, first of all. Okay.
It feels like you are.
No, I'm not.
They noticed your face when I said his name. There's something going on here.
Yeah, because there might not be more that he has to prove. There might not be. Maybe we have seen the best of Donny, which is, a couple of nice passes here and there and a bit quiet. Maybe that's it.
He's made up his mind. He's made up his mind.
Made up your mind.
I haven't made up my mind. But I just, I feel like...
He's calling him a flop. He's calling him a flop.
Did not call him a flop. And guess what, KG? If I met him in person, I'd still talk to him.
Nah. If you're gonna slag them off, let me quickly finish these super chats.
Yeah, go on.
Benji Godzilla says KG reckless delegation connection, ready to delegate and check in from Melbourne, Australia. JK, drop a bomb. Bam. Let's go. 100,000 likes and a live show because he loves the club. I love that. Red Baron says
it's 1,000 likes.
Sorry. I done what my man did. I done what the Thailand guy did.
Yeah, that was bad.
Wait. Sorry. All right, cool.
3,000 million fans.
3,000 million. Hey, sorry. Here you go. De Jong on his De Jong bong too much. Barcelona will find a way to magically create money out of thin air. It means selling the stadium. No, you're taking the piss, Red Baron. They're buying players, bruv. Don't make it look like De Jong's just asking for this for no reason. He's being unreasonable. It's like you can't bring in that many players and say you ain't got no money. That doesn't make sense. Like, yeah, hold on. There's still more. Jeez, there's a lot of super chats. Morning, boys. Super chat of the gate. Anthony deal will probably be 65 million with 10 million on add-ons over his actual valuation. Will United pay it, boys? Oh, good conversation.
We'll talk about that.
The way that KG hasn't even acknowledged that that's actually DJ.
He doesn't read the names. I say get KG to always read the super chats because these are tremendous.
I know it's DJ Talks. I know it's our guy,
but they don't know. You didn't say. You just
all right. DJ Talks, the person from our channel, really love him.
It's all right if you know who it is, but the audience needs to know. Yeah, I know who that is.
All right, listen. Guys, all I was trying to do is read the super chat. Here you go. James says, finally hit by COVID, but big up you guys for keeping my spirits up. Furthermore, Owen is officially my son. FDJ won't get paid, won't join. Is that your dad?
No.
Okay.
Like, is that your actual daddy?
The giveaway KG is that he doesn't have the same last name as me, probably.
Yeah, he
go.
actually had the name was not really the same. Here you go. Basilo says, first time we've heard from Dutch sources, and I think that's it. We made it, guys.
There's also there's the latest member of the UV Members Club is James, my father. So there you
Another
go.
one.
And Keegan has become a member for 2 months as well. Big up to you, Keegan. And John Doe says, Owen is the only rational one today. Unusual, but refreshing from you, mate. And KG's just plunged into darkness as well.
I don't know if I appreciate part of it. Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Right, let's keep it moving. And what we got next?
Next, we're going to be talking about Antony and this increased price. The price tag for Antony continues to rise and rise and rise and rise, isn't it? So Mike Verwij, once again, Dutch sources, double Dutch this morning, saying that Ajax are fighting for Antony to stay. The Brazilian wants to crown his last good season, when I read that, his good season last season. It's not his last good season ever in his career, dramatic. With a dream transfer, but the Amsterdammers find that undesirable and see no need to sell another player. At the same time, there is a realization that every Ajax player is for sale. The initial price of 80 million euros for Antony has already been raised to, including bonuses, 100 million euros. It is clear that it will remain turbulent until September 1st. 100 million euros, including bonuses, KG. You said before, I remember doing that show, the Keep or Sell show, or that we did the Deal or No Deal, whichever one that was.
Yep.
And you said to spend the money. 100 million euros? 100
million M's is ridiculous, right? We're not, that's stepping into Darwin Núñez territory. I'm not going to buy him for that I'm not buying him for that money, but I like the thought of 70 is good. 70 million makes sense to me. I think, and that's euros. I think that makes sense. We actually need depth on the wing. It's literally only Alanga. Garnacho's not ready. Ahmad's too small. Chong just isn't it. Who else we got? Hannibal. All I've seen from Hannibal is fighting. I haven't really seen. So when you deep it, you say to yourself, well, what do we have other than Rashford and Sancho? And with the way we want to play, with the intensity that we want to play, them guys can't do it for the whole season. No way. So you're going to have to bring in quality. I think it's a great, not even just an understudy, but you want a player that's going to push the first team, right? And I think he does that like really easily. So that's why, for me, I think we have to negotiate. We have to come back to the table. I heard that it's so weird because there's conflicting reports, because in some places on Twitter, I was reading, obviously, the ITKs, there's loads of them now, that it's cheap, like the deal's cheaper, and a deal should be done soon. I mean, hearing that from loads of different people on Twitter, so it's hard.
You would say if Mike Verwij is saying it, who is like Mr. Ajax when it comes to things in Holland, if he's saying with bonuses it's 100 million, it's 100 million with bonuses. Like, that is clearly the line he's been told by the club. And he was with Lisandro Martinez. He was right on every single aspect of that deal, to the point of when it was actually going to get announced, like literally days. And I mean, he said yesterday that the Martinez one might get made official today. And to be fair, given that Eriksen was made official yesterday in the kit, chances are probably going to be today. So if he's saying 100 million euros, I would suggest it probably is going to be that. I mean, Flex, is that, because irrespective of the Ronaldo's future, the 100 million euros, where do United find that from?
Yeah,
overall?
it's a lot of money. Even when it was 70 million pounds for Antony, the whole time I was a bit like, oh man, he should be 50, man. Like 70 is like a massive, like huge push. I wouldn't even entertain it at 100 million euros. But I think this is like the kind of the Jack Grealish situation. This is, he's our player. We don't want to sell him. We're going to slap this on him, and hopefully no one will pay it. Probably no one will. Man City went, no, we'll pay 100 million, not a problem. So they're saying that's what he's worth to them. That's the dent he's going to leave in his team. But it's interesting, the quotes that the manager had, Owen, that he was saying when he's basically saying, the Ajax manager, that was it the technical director or was it the manager?
The manager.
I think it was the technical director before the game was basically saying, we want to keep this squad together, but again, anything can kind of happen, which again just kind of fit in with these reports as saying like he's not for sale, but
There's something
everyone
there. There's
has
something
a price. It was the same with Martinez. It was the same with Martinez. They didn't want to sell Martinez, and they got to the point where United said, "Well, what 60 was it 65 million euros, whatever it
But
was."
throughout this window, I've been quite strong with the Ajax thing of like, there's got to be a cut point. Not everyone's got their price. So technically, okay, if we pay something astronomical like 100 million euros, cool, we'll be able to raid them and get him as well. But if you've taken Ten Hag, we tried to get Timber, didn't work. We've got Martinez. We're trying to get their next best player in Antony. There's got to be a cut-off point where they really don't want to do it unless we pay something mad. And where does that leave Man United? Because if maybe that's why, and I know we're going to talk a little bit about Ronaldo in a minute, but maybe this is why they're trying to convince Ronaldo to stay so bad. Because that's the reports that Ten Hag is actually asking him to stay, because we are light up there in quality. We are like, if Ronaldo leaves and we don't get Antony, all we literally have is Martial, Sancho, and Rashford. That's a huge problem. Like, I know it's like for the better of like at least the player who didn't want to be here is gone, and like, do you know what I mean? I get that, but it's still a massive problem. You can't, with the amount of games that we're going to play, and we heard it from the horse's mouth himself. KG, we sat in that press conference when I think it was Luckhurst asked him the question, "Do you still want more?" It could have been from United Stand, actually. I can't remember who it was.
Yeah, it was.
And they said, "Do you still want more?" He said, "It's vital. Like, with the games that we've got to play, of course I want more in this department." So regardless of what even happens with Ronaldo, we have to get an Antony type of player. But for that amount of money, we can't get any more. I don't even know where we raised that from just to get him. So it's a precarious situation, man. I don't think we can pay 100 million for him.
We got Martinez. We didn't pay the full price that Ajax was asking for, did we? You know, because it was back and forth.
Yeah, we paid more.
KG, honestly, because again, they came out and they said, "Look, we didn't want to sell him, but United came in with a price that,
yeah,
in reality, we didn't even think we were really going to get for him."
They turned down 2 Arsenal bids at decent P's.
Yeah, of like, I think it was 25 and 30 million euros, something along those kind of lines.
What do we got up to? Like 40, 45 in the end?
I mean, in terms of euros, again, it might even be close to 60. I think it might be, yeah, or maybe even higher than that. I mean, the comments will let us know in the end. And again, they said, and we didn't have. Remember, they've already done all of their business. They did it a lot earlier on, especially when it came to their departures. We spoke to the We Talk Ajax guys how long ago? Like a month ago, maybe even longer than that. And they said, "Well, we don't really need to sell anyone. We made our money and we've done all of that kind of stuff. So now anything's a bonus." They called those figures the lottery, unless someone comes in with the lottery numbers, which is again 60 odd million for Martinez, and in this case 100 million euros for Antony. They'd be foolish not to sell players at that price, but they would be selling players that, especially in Antony's case, I don't know so much about Martinez when it comes to being overpriced. I kind of pushed back on that a little bit and said, look, any transfer, if the player's good and is successful, the price ultimately doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It's only overpriced when they flop. I know people will say, "Oh, you're stating the obvious there," but like Virgil van Dijk, how much he cost? 75 million quid. People look at that now and go, "That's a steal."
Pay it again.
Yeah. Same with Edison, isn't it?
Yeah.
Sorry, Allison.
Exactly. So time will tell with the Martinez one, but your alarm bells are ringing with Antony if United pay 100 million euros, because you would say for that amount of money you could probably buy what, two players, 3 players,
but it's
actually help the squad depth.
It's getting the manager exactly what he wants, right? And if Antony can play a style, and I know that when he got injured, the way they played was a bit different. They struggled. They lost out with not having that player in the team. He's a quality player. He's like, I think, and the price is only going to go up in the World Cup year. If he has a good World Cup, anything's possible. And we know it's next season when you talk about buying players, it's going up heavy.
But you say that, KG, his price is already up. If his price is already at 100 million euros, and he has a good World Cup,
but then
how much is he going to then?
A year less on his contract, though, by then.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah.
Well, you know what we're like. We still struggle in the negotiation room anyway. So you could only imagine when they say, like, I think, was Maguire, did we buy Maguire for 80 million after the World Cup year? Was it the same time? Or was it? I can't remember. It must have been a major tournament.
It was a year later.
It must have been a year after that. We got him
because World Cup year. World Cup year was Mourinho's last season. Mourinho wanted him after the World Cup, and I think he agreed to stay an extra year. And then it was following season. Yeah,
there you go. But it just shows what the World Cup can do. It just shows what World Cup can do, because he's nowhere near 80 million, but it happened, didn't it? You know. So yeah. Hopefully we do negotiate it down. I'm still relaxed. I'm relaxed on it. I hope it's gonna happen.
You guys smash a like on the video, subscribe to the channel if you are new. We've got about 2,300 people watching, which is crazy. Hopefully we can get to 2.5K. That'll be sick. But smash a like. We haven't got 500K likes. 500K likes. I'm doing a KG. We ain't got 500 likes yet. we ain't got 500 likes yet. So if we could smash a like on the video, that'll be sick. And Shavam, let's read out a couple super chats here. I'm going to read them in order that they're here. So we've got Prince Koema says, you man are defo going to fall and pay the 17 million for De Jong. It's embarrassing enough that you're still in for him, but to not get him would be detrimental. Well, let's just wait and see what we do. You don't know what we're going to do.
He's a good player, you know. We need him.
I don't think we can.
Yeah.
This is the thing. I don't think we can. I'm not sure legally we can pay someone else's wages for them. I don't know if
100%.
that necessarily works.
And I don't think it is embarrassing that we're still in for a player who our manager really wants and has actually something to sort out that he needs to sort out. It shows that we really want the player, and what it shows to the player is that we'll stand by you while you sort your stuff out. We'll be there. Don't get me wrong. There's gonna be a cut-off point, but it's still 5 weeks. If this was 5 days, cool. But it's 5 weeks, bro. So I don't think it is an embarrassment that we're still in for him personally. A lot of people want us to move on. I get that. Like Man United fans want us to move on, but I think we've invested so much into it. And like Marcel van der Kraan said, Man United ain't putting 80 million down on the table and it's all agreed if they haven't got any assurances, have not spoke to the player and his agent to say, once I've sorted this, I will come. Maybe they might not sort it and it has to go till January. I don't know, but I just think we should still see this out. Shavam says, this concept of an elite manager gets the best out of crap available is a myth. Conte signed 8 players in 8 months. We should never lower our standards. Erik Ten Hag needs 6 to 7 first team signings minimum. Yeah, but elite managers can improve players.
I have a bit of a thing with the Spurs window this summer. I will give them that couple of the people they have signed are good, but I think if you look at it as a totality, how many of those players do you go actually they're proper?
Yeah, how many it's just because they're doing it in numbers. It's a lot of them.
There's quantity there, but in certain areas you go, well, quality. You know, Basuma, obviously, great side.
Yeah,
Richarlison. Not convinced myself personally about Richarlison. I don't know if I'm feeling him that much. You know, people like Perisic, again, good signing, but he's 33, free transfer. You'd say less of a risk. Spence, massive step up. You know, great player, but massive step up from playing well in the Championship. So that you would say with them certainly that their issue was before squad depth. How many good players they have in depth? They've got a bigger squad now, which certainly will help them. And it's Conte, but I don't know if I'm massively banging that drum, although they've had a great window, superb window. We'll see.
Yeah, exactly. Time will tell. People always kind of have these things at the beginning of the season of, Aston Villa are going to cook, Leicester are going to do this.
We were going to win the league last season. Chelsea were going to win the league.
There you go. AJ says, flexing KG, it was killing me. You guys were so close, but yet so far. Couldn't get down to Sydney. Hope our paths cross one day. Coming to the UK for holiday in a year or two. Big up United View. Big love all the way from Sydney. Big up to you, AJ, man. Sorry we couldn't meet, bro. Hopefully another time. Shavam says, United fans should not get carried away with pre-season performances since these same players have wonderful abilities to ghost midway during the season and start leaking stuff when things go wrong. Well, of course.
I'm not going to lie, yeah. I just think Man United fans could be excited purely because we have a manager that's just not messing around. We got a manager that is incredibly on it, incredibly serious, and his attention to detail is second to none. It's something else. I've never seen like control in the way it happens, even down to players leaving the dressing room, bro. I'm telling you, this guy he's running things fully.
He is. That's the thing that you can already say that bit feels different. Obviously, how we play in the season, we don't know yet, but you can tell that specific bit of how the manager is moving, how the training sessions were, the things they were working on, just the generic how the players are. Yeah, that little bit feels different, but we can't bring that saying into the season.
He's added extra game. These guys are playing today, I think, behind closed doors. He just wants them. Yeah. He wants them just playing as much as possible. So you have a coach. You have someone that's really like, if you work as hard as he intends to work, you should really see the rewards, right? But the only thing now is we just need to we need to bolster the squad. He actually needs new faces in the team. Now, is Don out? I think we didn't really talk about our opinion on what Owen was saying on Donny, I think Donny will go up a couple levels. I still think that there's still it's nice seeing him in that position. He hasn't played it like a lot for us, but when we had total domination of the ball in the first half of the Aston Villa game. I think Donny's a big part of that. Obviously, he takes the one-touch passes. So there's things that you're seeing from him that you think you don't realize he's being effective when he's being effective. And that's the thing. It's gonna be probably, I don't know, might be hard to appreciate Donny straight away. I believe there's a wicked player in there, honestly.
Yeah. We have to wait and see. Let me fly through these before we get to the next topic. Jazzy says, bought the fridge for 80 million. Don't forget. And Basilo says, Memphis a decent option up front, more mature now, can also play off the left, makes too much sense. Not too many forwards available. That Memphis thing coming back up again. And big up to Emmanuel. Emmanuel says, will the 5 subs be in effect this season? The answer to that is yes, bro. They will, Emmanuel, be in effect. 5 subs. Smash a like on the video, guys. Subscribe to the channel if you lot are new. We are a few away from 115,000 subscribers as well. So if we could hit that while we're live, that'll be dope. Owen, what's next?
Crunch Talks is what is next. Flex between Erik Ten Hag and Cristiano Ronaldo yesterday at Carrington. There was a madness going on. All of these people driving in to Carrington yesterday. You had Erik Ten Hag, Cristiano Ronaldo, George Mendes, Sir Alex Ferguson, Brian Robson, the tea lady. Who else do we want to put in there? The ghost of Elvis Presley drove in there yesterday. And anyone. It was getting ridiculous. But the club have said that Manchester United have said that Sir Alex Ferguson was at Carrington for a scheduled lunch with Richard Arnold, John Murtough, David Gill, and Brian Robson, rather than to take part in talks with Mendes or Ronaldo. However, Richard Arnold and John Murtough were there to meet George Mendes. After the meeting, and this will comes from Laurie Whitwell from The Athletic, after that meeting, United's stance on Ronaldo not being for sale remained the same. They view him as an important player who Ten Hag has consistently said he wants as part of his team. They've also said that Ronaldo did not participate in training on Tuesday. There was quite a lot of conflicting reports as to was he going to take part, wasn't he going to take part. Ronaldo did not participate in training on Tuesday, but underwent a series of medical and fitness tests, just as all players do on their first day back. Ronaldo spoke to Ten Hag in person for the first time since expressing his desire to leave became public. Ten Hag has held one-to-one meetings with each member of his squad. Ronaldo remains determined to play in the Champions League, while the club's stance is still they are not interested in selling their star player. He is also yet to find a suitor willing to take him on, with suggestions he is willing to take a pay cut on his wages, believed to be in the region of £450,000 per week. However, there were conflicting reports about a possible reduction in that because we didn't qualify for the Champions League. But the general consensus is that he is willing to take a pay cut to get what he wants, and that is a move away from Old Trafford. Ronaldo's return, though, is being interpreted in some quarters as a positive sign for United's hopes of keeping him, although it has emerged in recent days that Atletico Madrid are interested in the forward, and we'll talk about Griezmann and the possible swap deal being dismissed in a second. But I guess the interesting thing, Flex, is I messaged you last night, is that there was all of this build up to Ronaldo arriving, the footage of him driving into Carrington, and all of these people driving in. And we really then heard, shockingly, when it comes to Manchester United, because you would think in the past, you would be getting live notes what's happening in that meeting, during that meeting on social media. We really heard nothing. We heard nothing as to what happened. I mean, which is a good thing, let's face it. But the general consensus is that it's all still the same. Ronaldo still wants to leave, but United are just like, no, we don't want to sell you.
Yeah, they don't want to sell him. And you know what? The key bit for me that I'm starting to home in on now is like the bit where Ten Hag is like trying to convince him to stay. Ten Hag really wants him because, again, that consistent energy that I've kind of put myself in on a personal, I don't know how everyone else feels, but like of just backing this manager in the decisions that he makes. Like I'm in the camp of I just feel, I tweeted it yesterday, like I just feel that Ten Hag will play this correctly. I just trust him to handle it. Like whether Ronaldo leaves, whether Ronaldo stays, whatever hand he's dealt or whatever hand he chooses, I just think he'll do it correctly. Now, of course, that's a lot of hope to put in a new manager. And it is based off being around him and the squad and how he moves and learning a bit more about him. But it's very interesting that it's not just Man United saying we don't want to sell him as like a public stance, etc., etc. We're now hearing that, nah, Ten Hag's getting him in and trying to actually convince him. That was something that I was dead against. I'll be honest. As soon as I heard Ronaldo wants to leave, I was like, don't even bother trying to convince him. And I still think that personally, Ten Hag's got a big job on to make Ronaldo go, all right, well, since April, I knew we weren't going to get Champions League and I'd made my mind up already. All right, I spoke to you now. I want to stay. I just can't. I don't see how that happens, but I've just removed myself away from the player emotive, and I'm just going with how the manager wants to play this thing. Because, like KG said, we do have a manager now that we can look at and say we got belief in how he wants to run this thing. And if he manages to turn around Ronaldo from this, where in 3 months' time we look back on Wednesday, 27th of July, and we're like, wow, like how was Ronaldo in this team when he looked dead cert to leave and he's playing? And I don't know. I don't know what it's going to look like. I don't know how this thing's going to play out. But for me, to convince Ronaldo to stay under these circumstances is a big risk from Ten Hag. Big risk. But at the same time, Ten Hag, he does get a free hit at this because the player's the one who wants to leave. Do you know what I mean? So I don't think anyone can criticize him of how he wants to play this. But it's a big ask. It's a really, really big ask to change the mind of Ronaldo in this situation. I just don't know what it looks like. I don't know what it looks like.
KG, how are you feeling? Because yesterday you had some very strong
It's a
opinions on this. Strong
disgrace. It's a
feelings.
disgrace.
Okay.
I've been chilling with Josh for a long time, and I'll use the word that he says very regularly on tour. It's a disgrace. Yeah, it's disgusting. The cars that were driving into Carrington to convince Ronaldo. It's like we say this thing about no one's bigger than the club. It's got to mean something. That is actually got to mean something. He can't be bigger than the club. We've had great players play for this club and leave, and we've had to move on. Yes, the winning has stopped because we've just been poorly run for a long time, but that still has to. There's fans out there that believe Ronaldo is bigger than Man United. It can't be that way. He has to go. We can't do desperation settings saying please stay, Sir Alex. And if Sir Alex and all them man them were there apparently just to be there for whatever, and they couldn't convince him, I'm like glitching. I don't even know why I look like.
Owen,
right
you're
now.
out of order. All Owen's doing is laughing at you because you look like Minecraft.
it's this really angry Roblox figure.
It's just so annoying, bro. But anyway, I'll just
this frosted glass blur is screaming, it's a disgrace. It's a disgrace. Flex is muted now as well. It's all gone chaos.
No, that was my own fault. I didn't want to keep laughing, so I muted myself.
Wait, that's so annoying.
You're looking a bit translucent, bro.
Yeah.
Really opaque.
Owen
still.
He called me an angry Roblox character. I think it's because we're coming through this stupid program. Anyway,
it's not stupid
for
me.
Yeah, it's not stupid for us. It's the software's fault. It's not got nothing to do with
the software's fault.
With your
I didn't have this problem yesterday.
Internet.
My internet's perfect. Shout out everyone at BT.
Is it? It's not.
Clearly,
it is. It is really good. I don't know what's going on right now. Anyway,
you're back though. You're back. Carry on.
Maybe Virgin Media. Maybe Virgin Media weren't the problem. Maybe you're the problem.
No, they was. And I've got some legal dealings with Virgin Media at the moment. I'm having a Frankie De Jong situation at the moment, so I'll tell you about that later. Damn it, man. But anyway, the main point I was making is everyone and their dog came in yesterday to ask for Ronaldo to stay. And Ronaldo's still going to continue to look for a move. He said while he's going to be professional and play for the club and like train and stuff, they're still actively looking for a move. I don't think that's good for us, because let's say somebody finally says, you know what, they get desperate because the season's going to start, and they get desperate and they say, you know what, let's just get Ronaldo. What position does that leave us in? Because now you're expecting Man United to pull off a last-minute deal and bring in the right person. I don't like those. I don't like that. The look of that. We need a guarantee from Ronaldo that, listen, yes, this is not what you wanted. You didn't want to play in the Europa League, but this is the way we're heading right now. Can we agree that you're all in now?
Do you think that can happen, KG? Like, I know you said like get rid of him, it's a disgrace, whatever. Can you see a scenario in your head where like the window does close and he is here, so that then like, okay, cool, he'll just deal with it and it can just be forgotten about? Or do you see it's gone past that?
No, this situation can always be fixed, right? But it takes Ronaldo saying, look, I want to I'm happy to be here, and I'm not gonna push for a move anymore. But from the sounds of the Mendes camp, when I've listened to Fabrizio, it sounds like they're still willing to listen to deals. And you start to hear, when you think of the Atletico thing, I was listening to Mark Ogden's talk about, he was saying that he might be trying to play the same game that he played with us, when he said he's going to go to Atletico with the hopes that Real Madrid jump
Madrid
into
just
it
come in, yeah.
and say, well, you can't take Atletico can't take one of our greatest players in how many years. They can't do that. We can't let this happen. So he's trying the same tactic, and you never know, it might work, because there'll be Real Madrid fans that say, we can't allow, this is our staunch rivals. This is
I don't think Real Madrid give a shit, though. I think they don't even care. You know what I mean? They'll be like, go on then.
Sure, he's won a lot.
Atletico fans are the ones kicking up the most stink.
Yeah, Atletico fans are the ones kicking up a stink, and also Real Madrid just won the Champions League. They're in a massive position of power. They'll go, all right then, good. It's not like we were, where we're like, we're so in the mud and we haven't won anything for ages in terms of big stuff, and our rivals winning all this stuff, and now on top of winning all this stuff, they're gonna take one of our biggest players. It's like they'll just go, all right, yeah, you can sign 37-year-old, nearly 38-year-old Ronaldo. We won the Champions League and the league last season. Go on then. We don't care.
True.
We'll still win the league.
Just quickly, there's two more topics that I just want to breeze through again, and it's kind of still on Ronaldo, so let's fly through that. And that's like a Ronaldo Griezmann swap. Owen, what's going on there?
Yeah, so just to continue from that, from the Athletic, they were saying, and it's actually something you brought up yesterday, Flex, which is quite interesting, saying that Antoine Griezmann is thought to be available this summer, a situation of which Manchester United are aware, but the idea of a potential swap deal with Ronaldo has been dismissed at this stage. So certainly, Manchester United are aware that Griezmann is available and a swap deal could be done, but they're dismissing it once again because they don't want to sell Ronaldo. And it was funny because you brought up Griezmann yesterday, and it got quite a reaction from the community, Flex.
Yeah, everyone was like, nope, not having that. No chance. I mean, obviously, João Felix is the truth. That's the one. But yeah, everyone made it very, very clear that Griezmann is washed. He used us before. Nobody wants to go anywhere near him. So it's like I prefer Ivan Toney settings than get Griezmann. That was the energy. It was like, don't just stay away from him. Don't get him. The community was unanimous on that. And the last topic, Owen, was just, I don't want to talk about this, was the positive United atmosphere. I do want to talk about this.
Yeah, because this is why I wanted to bring it up, because as you were talking about yesterday, that it does feel somewhat different in terms of the positivity surrounding the Manchester United camp. Fabrizio Romano, during his talk with Caught Offside, said, my news about the Manchester United dressing room is honestly all very positive. The atmosphere is great. Erik Ten Hag is very happy with the approach of 99% of the players. So it's this element of positivity, certainly in the dressing room, that we haven't been used to for quite a while, which is quite interesting. Is that something, again, that jives with what you were seeing whilst you guys were on tour?
Yeah, I'd say definitely. Ten Hag I heard that he wants the players eating together and stuff. We've heard little things that, there's just such a vibe, no phones, and just connecting. I think there's been a long time where the team just wasn't one. The team had their fractions, their groups, and he's tried to just deal with that. Bringing in the kids as well brings in a good element of just the mentoring, just looking after all of these players all at once. I think Man United understand last season was the worst season we've ever had in our lives. And the only way it can change is if we all buck up our ideas and come together. Because whatever we was doing before was clearly not working. And I think they've bought into that. And Ajax was saying he always has you can see a real team. You can see a proper collective, and that's one of the things that the new manager is going to do straight away. So, yeah, I believe that. I believe that the statements are true.
Yeah, I echo that, man. Like, obviously, it is preseason, and we haven't played a competitive game yet. So all you can go off is the early signs. All you can go off is the early foundations that he has to set, because we can't forget how long a turnaround this is going to be. Like, we got that reminder against Aston Villa in the second half, but in general, even when everything's gone great in preseason and we're scoring goals and hardly conceded any, I do agree with a lot of people who are like, it's preseason. Even if we start the season well, first couple of months, let's get to Christmas and see what this team can do. But I still think that because we've been in such a mess and it's the early stages of a new manager, I think it's unfair not to give the little bits of praise along the way, to say, I have noticed this and I have noticed that. You can pick up on them things without getting overly gassed or overly celebrating something or going too extra. I think it's important because we were like, come on, guys, we were in such a bad way. The dressing room was fractious. The players didn't get on with each other. It was media, leaks every single day, losing games, day after week after week, fixture after fixture, and we was just going in zero direction. And a 2 and a bit week tour with Erik Ten Hag has showed that there's there's at least now a method of what we want to see. There's a way of playing. Now, I believe that we see that same way of playing straight away against Brighton. I honestly do believe that. I'll be surprised if we just don't play in the same way. I'm not talking about the result. No, I'm being serious, Owen. No, I'm not. I'm just good. No, I'm just being honest. I'm being honest. I'm not saying we're going to win. I'm not saying we're going to brush Brighton aside. I'm saying I'll be surprised if we don't try to play in the same way that is consistent. And I think that Ten Hag will bring that because that's how he's been setting us up. So whether it works or not, whether it works or not, cool, whatever. I'm reserving that to
what I want to do this season?
What?
I don't want to fear these shit teams. Excuse my language, but
how do you really feel?
I don't want to. I don't want to be fearing.
Yeah, you want to go into games thinking, we're going to win.
I'm sick of it, bro. I'm sick of it. Like, I want to be Man United and turning up to places like we're going to beat these. I'm not. I don't want to. As the game's coming, like, I'm not sure. I'm scared of playing Brighton, bro. Are you taking the piss? Brighton. Come on,
got dusted by Brighton. You can't say that.
I know, but I don't want to do. I'm saying that I can't live my life as a Man United fan fearing Brighton. I can't.
You have done. You have done for the last 3 years.
I refuse to do it. So as the next season starts, I'm back on my just arrogance, bro. I don't give a damn, bro.
If you go back on the arrogance with zero evidence, it's going to be a long season for you, and that's fine. You've brought that to the table and said that's where you're going to be. And you know what though? When we win these type of games, though, when we win them, you're going to be the one who gets to say, "Told you, light work."
Yeah.
Brighton, you're going to be able to say them things. So it's risk versus
reward. I
don't
give a damn. I'm not fearing these rubbish teams anymore, bro. I expect my team to get it done. The standards are high, fam. I want to see us.
Could you say a team like Brighton, not wanting to be pedantic, but I would say most teams in the league probably fear a Brighton because Brighton can get a result off anyone.
No, we can't be fearing Brighton, guys.
Even people like Liverpool and City, if they're going to the Amex, they'll be like, that's a tough game.
But we should do them. We got to do these
at home. I
want Man United to be acting in the way we're supposed to act as a big club. We got some good players. If these players apply themselves, we can beat these. But it does build
up to that, though, bro. Because we haven't been that for so long. What I'm saying is that it's not just a switch, innit? Like, we can see that we're playing better already, but we also saw in the same breath. I sat next to you and saw how dejected you was in that second half against Aston Villa. Like, you were acting like it was the actual season and we literally dropped 2 points. That's how you were moving. I had to remind you that,
that's the standards. I'm telling you that I want my team to. I don't want to be going into the season fearing. I feared everybody last season. We had Watford. I speak to Owen, and we reckon we're gonna have a shot on target in the first half. It was bad, bro. It was disgusting. I don't want to next season can't be that for me. I want Man United to elevate and be dangerous against these sides, and these sides.
I don't think it'd be as bad as last season.
There you go. So that's all I'm saying. I'm lifting up my standards. I'm saying even whatever way, I'm saying I'm lifting up my standards and I'm expecting to get points against the minnows. Simple as that. Like, if that sounds arrogant, take it as that. But Man United, if Man United to get back to where they need to be, we have to look at things this way. Personally,
I think we do, but I still think we have to have a measured approach of saying, like, you don't get to be as shit as we were and then just actually I'm putting my standards back high again and we should win through these teams.
And
like,
also,
we've been shit for 10 years. And like you said, this is the worst season we've ever had. The club is rebuilding and you look at our window so far, it's been okay. It's been okay. Like, our window, let's be real, our window's been okay. You got Eriksen on 3, that's nice. You got Martinez, all right, cool. Where's he going to fit in? Let's go with that. And Terrell Malacia is going to push Luke Shaw in and out. Other than that, we ain't got no one else. Like,
can I just say something? It's in there. It's in here. Someone's killed me. Goes, Manesh Patel says every time KG waffles, his Wi-Fi punishes him, bro.
Good. Yeah.
But again, that game against Aston Villa, I think, could possibly sum up our season, where we play very well for large
Yeah.
parts of it, but there are parts where we're still largely the same side from last season, where those fragilities are there, those sort of poor technicals are still there, and we might have games where we're just not up to it, or we're just
Of
not
course, it's
there.
gonna be hard.
That second,
It's gonna be
and
hard.
I think that should serve. I mean, yeah, there's a load of positivity because we've got good results in the preseason, yeah, good performances, but that game against Villa should be the sort of the eye opener to everyone, players, Ten Hag, fans, of there are going to be games, and you can talk about minnows or whatever, but Aston Villa in that second half of 45 minutes dominated us.
Yeah,
And it's mainly the same players, KG. Like we've got, like,
we lost
if
control.
you think about our
We're
starting
bringing
lineup,
Eriksen.
it's going to be how many players do you think will be in our starting lineup by the first game of the season? So that's 2 weeks. You're saying what? Eriksen will probably start, you want to say, but that's not a guarantee.
And you got to say,
Martinez.
it was the turnover of the games, guys. Let's not, but I know Aston Villa it's a shame because the last game, it kind of says like, this is it. But for like 90 minutes of football and against a lot of sides, we did well. The players
100%.
the players turned up, the players were in control of, and we're getting shots off. We're dangerous. Now, can we be a lot more? He's got more time. There's more training to be done to get us tip top on fire, on form. We could be the same. The flip side is we could be just as dangerous. We could be a team.
Listen, we can dust Brighton 3-0 opening day.
Of course we could. Yeah,
but even that doesn't mean everything.
Exactly.
Again, how you start the season isn't how you end it. And a couple of games into the season does not define a whole season. That's the situation when it comes to it.
We've got 4 assists on the first day of last season. And look what happened.
Yeah,
so,
Arsenal lost their first couple of games. They were going to get relegated. In the end, they bottled top 4. You know,
everything's got to be in context. But there you go.
Again, I think we just need to get to that stage. Sorry, I would just say we need to get to that stage where it's just the expectance of Man United. And yes, I'm not saying that we're just going to finish in the top 4, but expecting to beat teams that we should be beating. Simple as that.
Yeah. That's definitely the end game, the end goal, 100%, to go in there with genuine, like, chest and say, yeah, we're going to win today. I get it, 100%. Guys, big up for watching. Big show as usual.
Super chats, by the way, Flex, that we haven't got.
Let's go for the super chat. Sorry, my bad.
Super chats quickly.
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah. Simran says Owen doesn't like Donny. It's not true. I do like Donny.
It is true. It is true.
It's just, again, it's just a case of, you said there's more to come. I hope there's more to come. I do. Big season ahead. Josh, MUFC Talk Football's been a member of the UV Members Club for 2 months. Says, big up on your content, guys. Loved it. Welcome back, Flex and KG. Red Baron with the super chat says, KG, what Wi-Fi is it today?
I'm not saying, because it's not that you're doing the company like putting to disrepute. It's all right.
Okay. And his next super chat says, these spammers are hilarious. Look, the spammers are spamming. That's what they do. That's their job. Maxwell Smart, also a member of the UV Members Club for 2 months, says, big up, Flex, KG, and Owen. Welcome back. Super chat from Nurse says, KG, you need to allow this club to crawl, walk, and then run. Saying, don't get too ahead of yourself, KG.
Great super chat, that.
No. I agree.
No. He won't listen, but it's a great.
No, exactly. He's shaking his head. He's going, no. Why can't you run straight?
I don't want to do that.
No, I don't want to.
KG's thing in his head will be, but I can feel like this. Like, I'm allowed to get excited.
Of course I can. Of course I can. I can feel exactly how I want to feel.
Are we good?
And,
is that the super chat?
3 more. Len says, hi, good to see you guys. My only concern is lack of depth and keeping up at the level we saw during preseason. Lack of players coming in, transfer saga. Emmanuel says, drop Harry, 60% of the problems will be gone. Like that. Thanos snap. WJ Barrett says, I've literally looked at that thumbnail and it looks scary. That could actually be our window exiting. Pray we get them all. And finally, Maxwell Smart says, swap Donny for Antony. I'm not saying anything.
Owen would bite your hand off for that one.
No, I wouldn't.
Back to Ajax.
And also there is a vlog coming. The Aussie Mega vlog is coming. There were some technicals with hard drive issues, but we've got it all back. So the Aussie Mega vlog is coming. That includes Melbourne and Perth. And all the hijinks involved.
Can I just say, yeah, guys, obviously Man United moves very, very quickly. We've Spurs and everyone's on to the next. And that's great. We'll keep reacting to the news and stuff like that. But with what we try to build here at United View, like you guys have seen, we don't want it to be all a journalist says something, so we just talk about it all the time. We want to build like different types of content, fun types of content. And Tor showed you that. Let me tell you this, yeah. this Australian vlog coming out. Josh has like had to recover hard drives, and there was footage that was lost, and we thought it was gone forever, and it's back. And I'm telling you now, Fleck, I'm telling you lot now, yeah, you lot are gonna love it. So please, when it does arrive, take the time to watch it. It's not about transfers. It's not about Frankie de Jong. It's not about. It's just a lot of fun. A lot of
Has
fun.
he put
and
it
you lot are
in?
gonna
Has he
really
put
like
that? Has he put my embarrassing bits in? He's done it in it.
I assume so. I assume so.
I can say from what I'm assuming is in there. One of the things that I saw just watching it, I was terrified. Let alone
It's there.
living
It's
it.
there.
Yeah,
It's there.
So yeah, guys, take the time to watch it, comment, and that will be the kind of our sign off from what tour was, because actually, although everything's moved on really quick for the United View and this community, and for me, KG, Owen, and all of the guys involved with United View, it was a massive honor for us. It was a big step for this channel. It really, really was. So we kind of aren't finished celebrating that, and there's still some bits that I was not going to let you guys not see it. Like, you had to see it. So yeah, that's coming later on today. Anyway, guys, we are out of here. See you soon. Peace.